Just want to officially welcome you to our cozy little UX corner. In one of my previous videos, I introduced the design thinking process and how it tends to be illustrated as a double diamond. First diamond is more about research, while the second diamond is more about executing the design. If you're unfamiliar with the process, just stick around, it's in the later part of the video. However, if you're already familiar with the process, I want to recommend this book. It is called The Design Thinking Quick Start Guide. And why this book is so amazing is because at every stage of the process, it breaks down actionable steps that you can take in order to carry that out. And I think this is just an amazing book to use alongside your project. It also gives you a sense of whether you're on the right track. So the first step, empathize, is for us to try to understand our users' needs, pains, goals, motivations, and we typically do this through methods such as observations, interviews, and more. Once we have all these information from our users, we synthesize and create our personas. This is where we get a very clear idea of how the user is like, and we really narrow down on the problems that we want to solve. Taking those problems, we then move on to the next stage called ideation, and this is where we think about how we might be solving those problems. We start off by brainstorming. I really like Google's Crazy 8s, which is where you time yourself and you come up with as many ideas as you possibly can. The best part about it is that you are time constrained. The ideas has to almost be like off the top of your head. While you do need deep thinking, sometimes certain ideas are really just hidden in plain sight. In our brainstorming sessions, we also start to draft low fidelity sketches, and these sketches tend to be very much like a skeleton where you just draft out some components that you would like to have in order to understand what really needs to be there. While test is at the end of the process, depending on your structure and team, sometimes you might want to test quickly during the low fidelity stage. This helps you to quickly prove or disprove certain assumptions that you may have. So when we move to the high fidelity prototype stage, we're more concerned with the visual details. For example, the font sizes, the colors, and we think about how the user interacts with the components and how all these components behave. So while high fidelity prototypes are usually done in Figma, it could also be done directly in code.